Hello and welcome to a different kind of video today, if you can already guess from the title. I'm having a bit of trouble deciding what campaign I'd like to do next. I have finished recording for the Angmar campaign, and the last episode will be on the Friday. I'm bringing this video out earlier because during the video I made yesterday, which will be out on Friday, I decided on several different factions I could play as. One of which I was commented on that I could play as was the Grey Havens of Linden and go against every person in the Arnor Eriador regions in an attempt to basically to make the Grey Havens of Linden campaign slightly harder, because you'll be fighting the dwarves of Erluin, the Northern Dunedain, and Breland. Not always Angmar, but you'll also be fighting Imladris. So the main objectives of that campaign would be to basically merge with Imladris and get the Gwythi Myrmidine fully upgraded. Hold all the regions of Arnor, possibly Angmar. Depends how the campaign goes on. But the main factions I'll have to destroy are Erluin, Imladris, Dunedain, and Breland, and maybe Enadwyth. Dunland is a bit undecided yet on what I could do with them. But that's the first campaign option. The second would be the dwarves of Erluin themselves, because we haven't actually played as the dwarves yet. Yes, we've seen a lot of the dwarves of Erebor, we've seen a bit of Khazad-dûm, and we've seen nothing of Erluin yet. And I do believe they will be a very interesting faction. They have got a very unique roster compared to their other two dwarven counterparts, in being more of an aggressive nation. And unlike Erebor, they don't have the Del cavalry to support them, so they have literally no cavalry, apart from one or two merchant cavalry units they can get as mercenaries. And the dwarves of Khazad-dûm are a bit the same, but we've already kind of seen what they're capable of, and their campaign can be quite boring in the beginning. But other than those two, there are two other factions. Human nations, the Principality of Dol Amroth and the Ardenium, who could play as, which would have again another unique victory condition, is to restore the glory of Gondor and Arnor in a rebuilt Numenor by claiming East and Western Osgiliath, Royal and Normal Farbad, and Fornas of Rhine, and rebuilding each of those regions, while also holding key regions like Dol Amroth, Minas Tirith, Umbar, and Fenas Druinen. I would have suggested doing this with the Dunedain or Gondor, but Gondor starts with a lot of stuff to work with, and as fun as the campaign could be with that in a Total War sense, because you'll be finding characters like Rohan, Dol Amroth, Mordor, and everyone else around you, I don't honestly like playing as Gondor too much, because they have such a massive starting region. I do prefer smaller regions to begin with. So it would be either Dol Amroth or the Ardenium, but there's also the possibility we could play as one of the three desert nations, not the three desert nations, the two desert nations, Khand, Rune, or Harad. As to give a bit more feel to the evil men nations, because we haven't really shown off anything of what the evil men are capable of. We've shown off a lot of the orcs. We've played as Angmar. We've battled Mirkwood a lot as the Lothlorien campaign last time. We've seen a bit of Mordor and what they're capable of, but again, a massive starting region, so I'm rather set in my ways not wanting to play Mordor yet. So Harad would be nice, because they only start with one region, and you have to really expand, but their generals are very powerful. Same with Rune. However, they've immediately got a possible ally/enemy in their doorstep of Dorwinion. And Khand, yes, the Khand script exists, but with the Khand script, I will always accept an alliance with the blue wizards, not with Mordor. As I basically say that the vargs of Khand are going against the Dark Lord's will. So those are all the factions. I have set up a poll. That will be a link in the description, and there's a link to it in today's video, tomorrow's video, and Friday's video. To that poll, and during the weekend I will be looking through that poll, seeing if anyone actually answered. I have put my vote down into playing as Grey Havens of Linden, Because to be honest, because currently the only faction I've actually been commented on to play as would be Linden as the dominating nation in the north, western regions, because we haven't actually seen anything from here. That's what I've been trying to focus on. I'm not focusing on Lothlorien or the Woodland Realm, because we've seen a lot of them. We're not focusing around the Orcs. We've seen a lot of them as well. Isengard would have been a nice faction to play as, but I want to save that for a different campaign. Because all these campaigns I'm talking about will be total war campaigns. So they will have the hold 30 regions or hold 50 regions. I will be doing a long campaign for this one, so this will be a much longer campaign than that of the Angmar campaign. And it's not very likely any other nation will have the strength to actually, well, not have the strength by about turn 200 to have 50 regions. But that's the main premise of it. So it'd be Linden claiming the regions in the northwest, Ardenheim or Dol Amroth claiming ownership of the Númenórean homeland, or Rune, Harad, or Khand playing as the desert region, the Desert Evil Men factions. We'll get to get a closer look at other nations like Dorwinion, Rune, Khand, Harad, and the Ardenheim, and some of Gondor itself. Maybe not so much of Mordor. I might attempt to ally with them in the beginning. That depends on how what campaign I'm suggested upon. Also, you can leave a comment if you don't want to vote in the poll, and I will just put that into the votes. If you don't prefer to vote or comment, that's fine. You can just, if you're just happy with whatever I bring out, that's fine as well. But this is just to try and interact with my community a bit more. Obviously, going through social media will be a nice way to do that as well. So yes, it'll be either... Oh yeah, the Dwarves of Ered Luin, I forgot about them. Because I would like to show off the Dwarves too. But if we are to play as the Dwarves of Ered Luin or Linden, we'll see either of the other factions. So if Ered Luin or Linden are the main faction, the faction after that will not be the one next to them. Same with the desert regions, the evil men. If we have Harad, Khand, or Rune as the next faction, I won't play as any of the other desert nations next. And the same with the Númenóreans. Because the next faction I want to play after this, or with this as well, would be a Wildman faction or a Northmen faction. So that would be Dale, Anduin, Dorwinion, Enedwaith, and Dunland. But again, that's for the future. So again, there's a link in the description for the poll if you want to vote for what faction you want to see next. So again, the options are Linden, Ered Luin, Khand, Harad, Rune, the Ardenheim, and Dol Amroth. So I hope you vote if you want to. Another video will be out each day, sometime around 9 or 10 o'clock. And I will see you all next time. Farewell.